Hello, it's me, Faye, and it's been quite a while since I made a video. So I actually filmed before this, but then something went wrong, so I'm refilming it again. I have to speak all over again, and as you can tell, I don't know what happened. I keep rolling them, but it keeps going down like this, so you know what? Not the main point. So anyways, I just came back from my holiday. I went from France to the UK and went around both of these countries, and I actually got a few products that I've been trying and testing out. Basically, you know, like going around the town with my new makeup and I've been trying it. So I do have my first impressions, and I also do have some inside scoop for you guys. So I'm just gonna talk about the products that I got. These are not individual reviews, so if you guys want individual reviews, I can make them, but for now. So if you're in the makeup world, you would definitely know Anastassia Beverly Hills, also short for ABH. All of her products are famous, alright? First is her brow wiz, her brow pomade, and then her palette. Everything that comes out is just amazing. So when I went to Sephora, France, I picked this baby up. It's the Sephora, sorry. It is the Glow Kit in Moonchild. So actually I was hesitant at first because I was thinking, I'm not gonna wear this every day. Like, out of all the glow kits, this is like the most colorful one, like the mermaid unicorn-ish one, and I'm the kind of person who wears very daily kind of makeup and probably repetitive, means that I actually wear the same kind of look every day unless it's a special occasion. If I don't get this now, when can I ever get it again? So I did buy it, and inside you get this, which is like sort of like a holographic effect. It's really pretty, and out of all of her glow kits, I think all of them have like 4, and I think only the ultimate glow kit and also Moonchild has actually 6. So as you can see, there's 6 inside. Beautiful. I'm so happy I got this. Might not be wearing, this is for the bold, so I might not be wearing it out now, but I will for looks first, you know, try to get the hang of it, and then I might use it for looks. So I'm a very big fan of KatVonD. I have a lot of her stuff. Like, I have her shaded light contour palettes. I have actually almost everything that she actually puts out. Crazy. It's more of like a collector thing for me. So when I went to the UK, I actually got her translucent setting powder and also her concealer. This concealer was in M25 warm. As soon as I entered the Debenhams in UK, the girl at the counter was like, did you know that your concealer is a little too yellow for your skin tone? And I was just like, oh, you better hook me up with a better concealer. So she gave me this, but to be honest, when I went home, when I tried it, I was like, wait, it's almost the same as my previous concealer, and my foundation may even be lighter than my concealer. The thing about my concealers is that I don't actually use it to cover up acne or blemishes, because my foundation usually does that already. I only use it basically to just highlight my under eye area, that's all. So I need it lighter than my foundation. So when I found out that it wasn't really that lighter than my foundation, I was like, but then after like a few tries, even though it's not that light, it's actually suitable for like my skin, I guess, because I think if it's too bright, then it would look a little bit too theatrical, and at the same time would sort of close my eyes a little bit more, because my eyes are already a little bit more to the Asian side. So this translucent powder, it actually has a tint in the powder. I actually had one, I had one before this, which is the MAC translucent powder, but that's white, and once you wipe it off, it feels coarse and it feels ashy. But this one, it looks like the Laura Mercier translucent powder. That's why I was like, yes, because I actually didn't get that one. I've been hesitant to get that, but since this is KatVonD and it's like a dupe for that, I was like, yes. And at the same time, it does make my foundation last. And I actually got this with this mainly because they told me that this works good with this works, I mean, they come in a pair, you know, like with your concealer you have to set it. So after I apply my concealer, I set it and it stays. If I don't set it, it does still stay. It's just that I usually, when I set my concealer, I also set my whole face. So like so my concealer is sort of still there, barely, still, I mean, it's still there, but like my foundation is just because I have very oily skin. So I do see a difference when I wear this. Concealer on its own, like the product itself and not how it matches me, is actually very pigmented. It's good. You know how usually like when you cover your under eye, you know like how usually when you cover your under eye and then you're like, wait, I can sort of still see the darkness? Well, this gets rid of it all. I don't actually have massive like under eye darkness, so I can't say generalize that, but if you do have and you do want to cover some, instead of like, for me, I used to color correct first because I could still see the darkness, but after this I did not have to color correct anymore. I could just layer it with this, because usually when you, or if you want to stick with concealer and not color correct, that's fine. It's just that you have to layer it and then layer it and then layer it again, which sort of makes it thick, and then it will become cakey, and when it's cakey underneath your eye, that's when everything falls apart. So all in all, I'm very impressed with this, and I'm also very impressed with this, and combine them both, they're pretty good products. Another drugstore find in the UK, in Boots drives me nuts, okay, because in the drugstore that we have here, it's not as complete as the one in Boots, okay, that drives me crazy. So anyways, I picked up this Rimmel Stay Matte powder. So everyone raves about it, saying, ooh, if you have oily skin, then you should get this powder because Rimmel Stay Matte powder is so good. And I did get it, and I have very oily skin, so who's best to try if, you know, if it's matte or not, if it's not me, because I'm the one who gets oily, like really oily throughout the day. So the first time I wore this, I actually honestly, like, you know how powders, like, they're really pigmented, but this is like not so, like, you get product but not that much. Like sometimes when I apply it on, I'm just like, did I wear it already? Like, is it on my face? So I don't even know how many shades. Oh, this is transparent, so maybe that's the reason why I couldn't actually even tell that it was on my face. But anyways, do I think, first impressions, right? Do I think that it made a difference? I mean, it did mattify my face like after I put foundation, but throughout the day it didn't really hold up like anything. I know this because I actually wore a very matte foundation, so the fact that it could get oily shows that the foundation and also this didn't stop it. So I guess first impression, I'm not really impressed with this. I feel like my normal everyday powder that I actually use after I use my foundation does probably better or the same. This doesn't like have any ooh effect. Actually, the first day I wore this, I was actually super oily, like abnormally oily, like oil slick oily. But maybe that was because I actually went up a 14-hour flight, so maybe that's why. But after testing again and again, even today, like just now before I removed my makeup and wore another face, yeah, it was still pretty oily. So I guess first impressions, yeah. This is another drugstore buy that has been raved by a lot of YouTubers for being very affordable but very comparable to the high-end products. Sorry, my tongue's a little bit weird because it's like, what time is it? Yep, it's 11 at night, and I just applied my makeup just to film this. So anyways, this is Sleek's highlighting palette in Solstice. There's a few of them, like Cleopatra's Kiss and all, but I've only heard like the raves about this one, so I didn't want to take the chance and I got this one. So it's first is gold. It's gold, but your fingerprints are all over it, and I hate that. But it's gold, it looks really pretty, and at the back it tells you how many shades there are, which is Ecliptic, Hemisphere, Subsolar, Equinox. And inside is really beautiful. It looks really high-end. I got this from Boots in the UK, and if you don't know what Boots is, I'm pretty sure you guys know. It's a drugstore, a really nice drugstore. I mean, I like it compared to like the ones that we have here, which is like not as complete. So there's actually a brush. It comes with a brush, but I haven't actually opened the brush because I've been using my fan brush, because I always use my fan brush for highlighter. And it looks real. There's one cream highlighter and the rest of them are all powdered highlights, and they just look beautiful. I'm actually wearing it today. It looks phenomenal. it almost looks like, you know, like so luxurious, and it's only like drugstore. So the next highly raved product of the year is the HudaBeauty liquid mattes. You know how famous she is for the eyelashes, and then now it's the lips. So these are her liquid mattes. I got one in Icon and I got one in Spice Girl. I actually have a few more, but I'm just gonna show you guys this. So this is my favorite. Icon is my favorite. It's the one that I'm wearing right now, but I topped it off with a little bit of gloss because my face looked so matte. And this is my everyday go-to shade. And I actually really like shades like this because even if they wear off throughout the day, it doesn't look awkward. Like the stain doesn't really look awkward because it's very close to your natural lip color. Whereas this one, on the other hand, Spice Girl, the first time I wore it, I actually had to remove it because it really left a weird stain. It's a very dark brown, so like once it wears off, it's just so obvious. And I didn't want to apply it over my lips because it was actually winter and it was really cold. It was like, what, 2 Celsius? I mean, probably not cold to some of you, but for me, a person who actually has summer all year, that was really cold. And my lips were cracking and I didn't want to reapply it over the lipstick because I don't want to exaggerate all the lines and cracks that I already have on my lips. So I ended up removing it completely and I didn't like it. Like, first impressions, it's messy and I didn't really like it. But another thing that I realized about this that I'm very impressed is how liquid-ish it is. Like, you know, usually like when you open, like for example, like my favorite, it would be KatVonD's Lolita 2. It's creamy, it doesn't drip, you get what I mean? But this is very liquid, it drips, it's liquid. And according to Huda, like I actually watched her snaps before, she said that she actually hates wearing liquid mattes because it dries her lips and she hates that feeling, and that's why she never wears liquid mattes. But when she came out with liquid mattes, she made sure that it's the kind that she would wear, which is very hydrating. And it's actually true. It is very hydrating and it's also very pigmented. So sometimes when you overdraw your lips, when you can see your natural lip line, it looks pretty awkward. But with this, overdrawing your lips isn't even a problem because it's very pigmented. It just covers it immediately. Like you don't even know where your real lips were. You suddenly transform into Kylie Jenner, and I'm dead serious. It's really pigmented and it's also really liquidy, so it's easy to draw. Like if you have been using liquid mattes for like your whole life and you know how to really get the shape of your lip. But if you're a beginner, it might get messy and you might want to touch up or like cover it with concealer, the edges. So that's the only problem I have is with this, but this is my go-to shade and I really like how hydrating it is. It doesn't dry up your lips, it doesn't like suck the life out of your lips. Okay, next product I got was from Sephora France, which is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. So there's actually 2 of this, the Better Than Sex collection. One is pink and one is this. This one has like water droplets on it. So cool. This actually caught my eye. One reason why I got it. But anyways, I actually didn't know that that one was not waterproof. So when they came out with a waterproof one, I was like, okay, that's cool, that's interesting. So I actually got one because I need waterproof. I need waterproof, I need fireproof, I need bulletproof because I hate it when mascara runs down my eyes. Panda eyes! I'm actually very well known for panda eyes because I always pick the wrong mascaras. So that's why this waterproof one was just right for me. So let me open it right here. And you can see that it's very volumizing because the brush right here, the brush head right here, the wand, it's actually very fat. I tell you, I swear to you, this is very volumizing, it's very thickening, it's very lengthening, and I am a mascara junkie, so I know. So talking about the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, remember how I told you guys that I actually matched it with a foundation that's very matte? So I actually got this from Boots in the UK. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. It says 24-hour matte, and because I'm very oily, of course this would be very attractive to me to see this, right? But on the day that I wore this and this, all very mattifying things, I was abnormally oily, okay? Abnormally oily. That's my first impressions of it. Abnormally oily. But of course, like I said, I was on a flight, so probably that's why. But then I tested it out this morning and it sort of had the same effect. When I was in London, and it didn't really, because it was really cold, so it wasn't, my face wasn't really oily because, you know, it was really cold and dry. But as soon as I came back, and summer all here, and it's summer all year here. Oh my god, that was like a tongue twister. It just became really oily. And maybe that's because I didn't set it well or something, but it shows that this turned my face oily and this wasn't even enough to stop that. So shows that both of these don't work. I don't know. These are first impressions. I might have to trial and error, you know, do trial and error and see what's going on. And I actually tried putting this on with a beauty blender and it didn't work. Like, it just vanished on my skin. Like, I couldn't even see how it was supposed to cover up my face, because as you can tell here, it says texture medium, coverage high. So it's supposed to be full coverage, but the coverage was like light when I put it on with a beauty blender. And then I realized that they actually put a pro tip: smooth onto skin in circular motions for flawless looking coverage, and shake well before use. So basically you have to use circular motions. And when I did, it's actually much better. Like right now I'm actually wearing this foundation. It's a bit lighter than me. Like I got sand because I thought that it would actually be like suit me, because I'm usually like sand in every kind of makeup foundation shade. But turns out to be, this is a very cool tone and I'm very warm toned, unlike my undertones. So I'll give it more tries, see how it wears, see how mattifying this really is. Is it a good foundation for my oily skin, or is it like, whoop, nope. That's all from my video today, guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope that you've learned something, or, you know, at least were entertained for a couple of minutes. And I genuinely want to, because I myself love looking at reviews. Even if I'm at Sephora, I will always grab my phone, check Makeup Alley or something, see reviews on a product, because I don't want to waste my money. So I guess as a beauty blogger at the same time, or beauty, I don't know, YouTuber, whatever I am, beauty enthusiast, I'm wasting my money to get products to see if it works so that you don't waste your money. I'm such a good person. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope it was a nice video. Give it a thumbs up if you think it's good. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, do leave them below. Contact me on social media. I'll list all my social media below with links, I guess. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!